Okay, well what I want to talk about today is this little Bible over here. This is the Cambridge Pitt Minion. I have it in brown goatskin leather. I use the English Standard Version, although you can get this in a bunch of others. King James, New King James, New Living Translation, New International Version. I use the English Standard Version. I should not like this Bible, but I love it. And since I got it over 3 years ago, actually. Since I got it over 3 years ago, I have used this almost every single day. From time to time, I've put it down and I've picked up one of my other Bibles to use that instead. And I've always come back to this. It is such a pleasure to use. It is so small. It fits right in the front pocket of my my messenger bag, or my satchel, my man bag, as my wife likes to call it. It's very thin. It's not even the thickness of the first knuckle of my thumb. And it goes with me everywhere I go. I'm a pastor, so this Bible comes with me on pastoral visits. It comes with me on hospital visits. If I want to sit in a coffee shop and prepare my sermon, this comes with me because it is light and easy to carry, and it's a little bit less obtrusive than my preaching Bible over here, which is the wide margin version of the same layout. This is a big beast, this thing over here, but this is a little small hand-sized Bible. It's only about the size of my hand, and it's excellent. Now, why shouldn't I like this Bible? Well, a few years ago I went on a bit of a quest, a grail quest if you will, to find my holy grail, which is the one true Bible, the one Bible that I was going to buy. It was the only Bible I was going to use. It was the thing I was going to use every single day, and I would never need to buy another Bible for the rest of my life. My wife has heard me talk about this idea many times. I think this is the one. I don't think I'll ever buy another Bible. Well, how many times have I said that? What I was looking for was something more like this, and I did buy this one thinking it would be my last ever Bible. This is Crossway's ESV Legacy Bible. It's also in brown goatskin. It's very beautiful. It has this incredible single column layout, paragraphed, with wide, beautiful margins all the way around the side for notes or just for breathing space. There are no intrusions in the text. You see the titles of each little section, they're not intervening in the text. They're set off to the side so that the text flows all the way through. This is a little bit bigger. It's very readable. It's single column, which I think is actually very important. Bibles are laid out in a way that doesn't encourage you to read them. It encourages you to look things up. And a Bible like this, I thought, this is the one. This is the Bible that I'll want to read, because it's not laid out like a dictionary or like a reference work. It's laid out like a book, and I will want to read this Bible. And it is beautiful, and I often preach from this Bible actually, but it's not my everyday Bible. This should be the only Bible I want to use, but it's not. And the Pitt Minion has none of those things. It doesn't have wide margins. It doesn't have large print text. The section headings are right in amongst the paragraphs. You can see that especially in the Gospels. The paragraph is sliced and diced. You have little reference markers. You have the cross references in the middle here. You have the footnotes at the bottom. They impinge on the page. The little letters that mark off where the cross references are right there. They're often in the middle of sentences, and your eye can sometimes trip over them. It can be a real problem if what you want to do is long, lengthy, deep reading. However, there's something about this little Bible that I shouldn't like, that I keep coming back to it time and time again. Partly it's how easy it is to slip it into my satchel, how surprisingly readable it is. It shouldn't be. Small text, lots of interruptions, and all those reference apparatus markers. I shouldn't like this Bible. But it's the one I keep coming back to. Like I say, it's the one I carry everywhere I go. It's the one that comes with me on all my pastoral visits and all my pastoral duties. I don't know why I like it. I almost can't even put my finger on it. I just do. If you are looking for a small Bible that is very durable, I've had this for 3 years and you wouldn't be able to tell any kind of major damage. If you're looking for a small Bible that you want to last and that is going to be surprisingly enjoyable to read, this might be the one for you. One of the things I do like about it is, although I do preach in the ESV Legacy every now and then, often what I'll preach from is this fella over here. This is my Cambridge ESV wide margin. I've only had this a little while, actually. I've only had it for a couple of months, and I'm preaching a series through Mark at the moment, and my notes are starting to show up in the margins here. But one of the things that you may notice is that the layout of the Pitt Minion and the layout of the wide margin are identical. And so if something is a third of the way down the left-hand column on the right-hand page, it's a third of the way down in the left-hand column on the right-hand page in both of them. The wide margin is just a larger reprinting with those beautiful big snowy margins to write in. It's the same layout exactly, but on a bigger page and slightly bigger font. So I preach from this one, and I read and pray and pastor with this one, and they work very well together. That's part of why I've landed on these two as my sort of everyday Bibles. I think of this one as my pocket knife Bible, and this one, when I get up to preach, this is my broadsword. So that's why I like these so much. If you are a preacher, get a wide margin. It could be this, it could be a nice wide margin, single column like the Legacy. Look at all that space for writing, for sermon notes, for study notes. If you're a preacher, get yourself a wide margin. It's the build it yourself study Bible. Add your own notes, don't use someone else's. But if you're looking for a Bible that you can slip in your back pocket, perhaps if you've got big jeans, or like me, if you carry a satchel that your wife makes fun of, this might be the Bible for you. Cambridge ESV Pitt Minion, highly recommended. You should buy one. It's really good.